Hey everybody, I'm Clifford Stunning, the Pop Song Professor. Welcome to my channel where we make English class awesome by talking about song lyrics. Today we are talking about Guiltless by Dodie. Dodie does a lot of really cool stuff with her music, but I would say the two things that stand out the most are that her lyrics are very solid, thoughtful, real, and honest, and then her music is very simple, clean, and clear, and stands as a great background for what she has to say. So this song in particular, she has explained in the past as being about, quote, family mess. And she later said it's kind of about when someone told me something that they shouldn't have and it ruined my life. And a little bit of spoilers here, that person doesn't really know how much it affected her. And the large majority of the song is about how, you feel like you're guiltless. You don't understand how what you said put me through so much. So we're just gonna go ahead and draw Dodie here looking sad. And then here's this other person. We don't know who they are, but they said something kind of mean and that made Dodie sad. So, and this person's all like happy because they don't feel guilty at all. So you kind of see this is how it happened apparently. So we hear in the first verse, there is a wall in my life built by you. You opened a door that a kid shouldn't walk through. Oh, but I'm not bitter, I'm just tired. No use getting angry at the way that you're wired. So we're just gonna go ahead and draw that wall there, but there is that door opening up. And essentially what has happened here is that person has said something that has been very hurtful, and it has rewired the way that Dodie operates, and it's changed kind of how she perceives the world in some way, which is something I think we've all experienced where, somebody has said something that meant a lot to us, like the experience didn't seem like a lot to them. I'm thinking of a situation like that right now that's just, the level of personal where I'd rather not share it, but somebody says or does something and it just massively shapes how you view the world and how you view yourself. And she's saying that even though she was just a young child, she feels like that whole experience made her have to think about the world in a way that was for the negative. In the chorus we hear, is it real you believe you're guiltless? Oh, I can tell you believe you're guiltless, but I don't think I'd feel better if I opened your eyes. I'll carry your burden till the day that you die. So we're just gonna draw a little backpack there, and that's the burden. I really hope Dodie's not watching this. She's gonna think that I'm making light of her situation. I swear it's just what I do as a teacher. But I think it's a really interesting concept being talked about here because she's basically saying like, if I tried to show you how it has made me feel, I'm not exactly sure that would help me feel any better. Like I still feel like I'd be carrying this burden, and now either maybe you would just feel bad too, or no real results would come of it. And so really what's the point? But at the same time, there's this dissonance because it's still painful to know that this person is just kind of going along like no big deal, like nothing ever happened, right? In verse 2 we hear, I'll never know why you favor that tone, not one shred of hope, so I built up my own. And this is, essentially what happens is if you feel like you have this disconnect from somebody else, you start to build a world that's an approximation of planet Earth. You start to build up this world outside of them, a world that they're not necessarily part of. You don't invite them into it. And it's, your opportunity to feel like you have something significant outside of this person. That way, this burden doesn't have to exist in this world, perhaps. And as a result, it keeps this person separated. So this person builds a wall between them through what they said. And then I think that we as humans tend to also add on to that wall or build it up ourselves. So that we continue to separate and can find meaning outside of that hurtful relationship. Essentially, that world she built or that hope that she built kind of coincides at the same time as that wall. They're almost the same thing in a way emotionally. It's an unhealthy situation, and it's really sad that something like that happens. I don't exactly know, if you're in a similar situation, what I would suggest that you do. Sometimes reconciliation can be a good thing, but it's very situational. And in this case, it doesn't feel like it's worth it for Dodie, regardless of what she may be missing out on in that relationship if it were to go deeper. Obviously, she hasn't shared all of the details, so it's not something that we can really speak to. But it was really, really great that she was willing to share something personal like that and give us so much detail about, something that maybe we can empathize with to an extent I know that I can. And yeah, Guiltless is a great song. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed this. Don't forget to check out my explanation of Boys Will Be Bugs by Cavetown and of Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. Dodie, if you're watching this, thanks for making your song, and I'll talk to you guys next time.